Today I am planting some sunflowers. That's basil. That's not a sunflower. Today I'm sharing a seed haul of a few. Today I'm sharing several of the seeds that I got this past few weeks. Mostly sunflowers and a couple other things that I want to share. And I'm going to plant some of those behind me. I just planted some seeds about, well, not a week ago, but like 5 or 6 days ago behind me. And I want to go back behind that at the very back and plant my sunflowers. So I want to go over a few of the packs that I bought and then just probably get this area ready to plant for the upcoming week. In my most recent video, I shared that I planted a lot of saved seeds from last year. So these are zinnias, and there's a few sunflowers in here, cosmos and celosia. So I planted several of the zinnias behind me this week or during this week, and then I was going to plant the sunflowers behind that. I think I'm going to, since I do have a lot of zinnias left, I think I am going to go ahead and plant a few over here in the other side. I'm still waiting to order seeds. I want to order some different varieties of zinnias and cosmos from probably Johnny's Seeds. I've got one pack here, but they're shorter. I like to get zinnias that are anywhere from 3 to 5. They get anywhere from 3 to 4, 5 feet tall. So that's what I prefer to plant. So anyway, I haven't ordered those yet. So I'm going to go ahead and plant some of the things that I do have behind me. And I also wanted to say that I don't plant, I've got 4 beds. There's 2 here and 2 on the other side of me. I'll show you that. I don't plant everything at the same time, because if I do that, then everything kind of dies out around the same time, and I basically would have to pull everything, and then I would just have nothing left. So I try to plant, a little bit in one bed one week, and then a little bit in the next bed the next week, and then just kind of do that from really all summer. Sometimes plants don't germinate, or seeds don't germinate, so I end up having to come back and replant something anyway. So it's really kind of a good idea not to plant everything all at the same time if you're just doing it for the enjoyment of your backyard garden. So far I want to just show what I've gotten. I planted these last year. I didn't plant them. This is Tithonia. It's a Mexican sunflower. I did not get these until the end. I did not plant these, or they did not grow successfully until the end of summer. I think I had them planted somewhere where they wouldn't germinate. But I will show you, find a clip of what these look like, because these are amazing. They get really big, and the pollinators love these blooms. So that's one thing. I'm not going to plant these today, but this is something that I got. I also got, this is red sunflower. I got these seeds from Lowe's. So, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, Target, Dollar Store. It doesn't matter. Or you can order your seeds if you prefer. The mammoth sunflower, these get 7 to 12 feet tall. So I always try to plant these somewhere in the garden. I don't know if I'm going to plant any of these over here. I'm going to have to think about that, because I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm definitely going to plant some on the other side of my garden pretty soon. This is the evening sun sunflower, and these get up to 6 feet tall. So yeah, I'm going to plant some of these behind me today. There's another mammoth sunflower. These are 7 to 12 feet tall. I got these little purple zinnias. These get 2.5 feet tall. So these are small, and I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to plant them right here behind me. I already have some Shasta daisies behind me, and then I have some black-eyed Susans that are coming up, and I didn't want something tall in the middle of that, so I think I'm going to try to sprinkle a few of these either today or sometime this week behind me in this little area. That way they're kind of a similar size as to what is already going to be here. Basil, last year I got basil from Burpee. It was a different kind, but it smells so good, and I used it in cooking a few times, and I mean, it literally smelled like spaghetti or pizza. I mean, it was just the best smelling thing. I planted them on the other side of my garden, and I think when I planted them, it was too hot, so they didn't really do anything. But as the summer kind of was winding down and other plants started to die, they started to grow. So they were kind of growing in between and under other things. And I have planted these a few weeks ago. They did not really do too well, but I'm going to try to sprinkle some of these just throughout the garden and just see if they kind of just naturally come up. So I'm not going to worry too much about these, and just plant these and see what happens. Botanical Interest has the prettiest seed packs. I am not planting these today. These are empty from last year, but these are some sunflowers that I bought last year. These are called Drop Dead Red, and I probably bought them just because the pack is so pretty. And Magnolia, Mongolian Giant. I think I actually did have luck with these, and these produce like big, huge sunflower seeds that you can actually dry and eat. So that was fun. This side, this is the, I guess, northmost facing side of my garden. This is the one that's been here the longest. I planted, these are perennials, so Shasta daisies, black-eyed Susans, echinacea, and I'm going to plant, I already planted some cosmos and zinnias, and I'm going to plant sunflowers in the back. On this end, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. In the middle, it'll be zinnias, and in the excuse me, in the back, I'm going to plant sunflowers. This is the other day when I planted, I didn't mark the area with what I planted. I don't usually do that, but I have some popsicle sticks, so I'm gonna write the names of at least the type of flower, zinnia, cosmos, and then sunflowers on here. That way I at least know what I'm expecting. I usually will remember, but that way I'll know what I'm expecting to come up in that area. So the ground is pretty hard in the very far back corner, but sunflowers have a big seed and they usually make a big root, so I'm gonna just probably plant those as far back as I can and not really try to worry about loosening up that heavy clay soil too much. plant these, just kind of mix these together, 2 rows of these. Have a minute before my neighbor cranks up their mower. I just planted the sunflowers right here. I planted these, so yeah, I just kind of mix them together. I didn't really worry much about spacing them. I'll just pull thin them out if I need to. And then I went ahead and planted some other zinnias right here in this section, just to go ahead and fill that in so those could start growing. Well, I'm kind of at the mercy of outdoor noise right now, so my neighbor is mowing. I'm gonna just talk and see if you can hear me. So I decided not to do anything over here today because it's taken me a while to do what I needed to do. So I'm gonna wait and do that another day. I try not to do a whole lot when the sun is just fully out on the area, because if I plant it in water, it's just going to dry out. So I'm going to wait and do that another time. But I wrote the names of the things that I planted on my little popsicle sticks, and I'm just going to stick them in the bed. That way I can see, at least kind of have an idea of what I planted there in case I forget. So let me see, I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.